The Nashville Predators currently found themselves in fourth place in the Central Division after 69 games played. The Predators have a record of 40, 25, and 4, 84 points, as the Predators 7 points shy of an automatic qualifying playoff spot at third place in the Central Division, and 9 points shy of first place in the Central Division. Full updated division standings coming up here momentarily. Also the wild card, which is of critical importance to this Nashville Predators team. But let me finish the Preds line. On the road, which is where the next game will take place for Nashville, they have a record of 21, 10, and 3. 21 wins represents a tie for the most victories on the road in the Central Division. The other team with 21 road victories is the Winnipeg Jets. So the Predators, again, 21, 10, and 3, emphasizing that a second time because that's a highly impressive road record. 227 goals scored on the season, 206 goals given up. That's a goal differential of plus 21. That's the best the goal differential has been for this Predators team all season long. Let's talk about the standings. Let's start in the Central, then we'll go to the wild card. Then we'll talk about the Preds next week ahead, the Panthers, and the matchup ahead for this Nashville Predators team. In first place in the Central Division at this moment in time, the Winnipeg Jets, after 68 games, occupy first with 93 points. Colorado Avalanche are in second place with 93 points as well, but they have played one more game than Winnipeg, so the tiebreaker goes to the Jets. The Dallas Stars have also skated in 69 games. They have 91 points on the season, 2 points behind first place. The Nashville Predators, the first team on the outside of the automatic qualifying playoff spots, but leading in the wild card race. 84 points has the Predators in fourth place. In fifth place, the Minnesota Wild are 8 points behind Nashville with 76 points, and in fifth place, the St. Louis Blues are 9 points behind Nashville with 75 points, and in sixth place in the Central, the Arizona Coyotes have 61 points in seventh place, and the Chicago Blackhawks are in eighth place and officially eliminated from the season, 43 total points. Now, the updated wild card standings have the Nashville Predators continuing to maintain the first overall position in the wild card, 84 points on the season at this moment in time. That would mean a first-round matchup against the Winnipeg Jets if the playoffs were to start at this very moment, but that, of course, is going to change several times. The Predators could end up playing any of the teams in Winnipeg, Colorado, Dallas, or the Vancouver Canucks if they finish as a wild card team. We will have to see. We still have some work to do. The Vegas Golden Knights are in second place in the wild card, 79 points. That has them 5 points behind Nashville. Now, on the outside, looking in, Minnesota, St. Louis, 76, 75 points respectively. That is 8 and 9 points behind the Nashville Predators. So again, the Nashville Predators find themselves in a unique position at this moment in the season. They are only 7 points out of an automatic qualifying playoff spot. They are single digits from first place in the Central, and they also happen to have an 8-point cushion on their wild card spot at this moment. So the Predators are in full control of the rest of their season and their playoff hopes and destiny moving forward. It's a unique spot to be in, that is for sure. Now, the Predators next week ahead, after they wrap up this most important measuring stick moment of the season in Florida against the Panthers. Saturday, back home to face off against the Detroit Red Wings. Tuesday, the Vegas Golden Knights are in town on the 28th of March. Predators back on the road in Arizona face off against the Coyotes on the 30th of March at the Colorado Avalanche. And that closes out the month of March already. The calendar month of April begins on the 2nd with game action when the Predators host the Boston Bruins at Bridgestone Arena. Now, this is an interconference matchup, which means the two teams will meet once at each rink, 2 times total. The Predators hosted the Florida Panthers back on January the 22nd. The Predators fell to the Panthers 4-1. Saros took the loss 34 out of 36, 2 empty netters for the Florida Panthers. Luzon picked up a goal. He will unfortunately not be able to do that for the Predators in this next game. Stolarz made the start for Florida in net, 26 out of 27, picked up the win. Reinhart, Kachuk, and Verhaeghe had goals in that game. Injuries for this Nashville Predators team that are affecting the defensive side of things exclusively right now. Dante Fabro week to week, and then the next game, Stastny goes down week to week, and then the next game, Luzon goes down week to week. Delgado has been called up and has already made his first start in the lineup. Now, let's drill down on this Florida Panthers team for just a moment because they have just been incredible as of late, and I know you continuously hear about how good and successful they are, but let's talk about it. Let's get into the numbers. Let's show you why they are so good. They have a record overall of 45, 19, and 4, 94 points at this moment of the season, second in the Atlantic Division, just behind the Boston Bruins, 21, 10, and 2 on home ice, 224 goals scored in the season, 165 goals given up. That's a goal differential of plus 59. Take a look at the Florida Panthers' most recent stretch of action, and they actually have suffered a couple of defeats in their last 5. Back on March the 7th, a 2-1 loss versus the Philadelphia Flyers. On the 9th of March, a 5-1 win versus Calgary Flames. On the 12th of March, a 4-3 win at the Dallas Stars. On the 14th, a 4-0 loss at Carolina. And most recently, on the 16th of March, it was a 5-3 loss versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. So back-to-back losses within their own division. That's got to have the Florida Panthers feeling ready to get back on that winning track. So the Nashville Predators have got to be prepared to go in and face a really good, strong club that is also right now probably a little bit frustrated with their recent couple of games. After all, they were outscored by a total of 9-3 in those 2 games. That is not exactly what the Florida Panthers have been doing this season. Let's talk about what the Florida Panthers have been doing this season. The goals for category, the Florida Panthers 3.26 per game on the year. Again, an incredible 224 goals scored. Nice number right there. It's 11th overall in the NHL. But the Predators are at 3.26 as well. Bet you didn't see that one coming. The Preds rated 12th overall in the NHL. In the goals against category, 2.99 for Nashville is 13th overall. 2.41 for Florida is 2nd overall. Impressive. 2.41 goals against at this time of the season. That's a really, really solid number. Shots for category, Preds 31.5 per game is 11th. The Florida Panthers 33.9 is first. Best overall metric in the league in the shots for category. In shots against category, Florida is 2nd, only giving up 27.6 shots against per game, while the National Predators giving up 30.1 per game. That is 18th. And when it comes to the special teams, a much more impressive numbers here for the Florida Panthers. 26.4% conversion around the power play. That is outstanding. 2nd best in the league. 60 conversions, 227 opportunities. The Preds power play is rated 19th in the league. 46 conversions on 231 opportunities. 19.9% is their conversion rate. When it comes to the penalty kill, the Preds 76.4% kill rate is 25th in the NHL. 49 power play goals against. Now the Florida Panthers penalty kill, killing off 82.3%. 6th best in the NHL. 41 power play goals against. So out of the 6 measurable metrics that we talk about in this particular segment, the rankings in the league, the Florida Panthers are 1st or 2nd in 4 of those 6. 6th, so 5 of their top 6 rankings here are in the top 10, and the only one on the outside is the goals for 3.26. That is 11th, one spot on the outside looking in. When it comes to each and every team in the NHL, tons of individual talent. We like to talk about the individual top 5 scores for each team, then the anticipated goaltending matchup. Let's start with the Nashville Predators. Updated standings and stats right here. Philip Forsberg, 36 goals, continues to pace the Nashville Predators, plus 38 assists, 74 points has Philip Forsberg, continuing now well above a point per game pace on the season. He had dipped just below it for a moment there, but now has roared back and 5 points ahead of games played. 74 points in 69 games. The captain, Roman Josi, has 18 goals and 52 assists for 70 points on the season. Nyquist is at 18 and 42 for 60 in his first year as a Nashville Predator. O'Reilly also in his first year as a Nashville Predators, 4th on the team, scoring with 56 points. 24 of those are goals. 32 of those are assists. Tommy Novak, all he does is make plays. He's done that for 39 total points on the season, 15 goals, 24 assists. The Florida Panthers have a wealth of offensive talent. Reinhart, 48 goals on the season. He has scored against this Nashville Predators team, and the only time they played this season. 48 goals means he's scored against a lot of teams that he's played against this season, plus 31 assists for 79 points overall, so he'd be 5 points ahead of Philip Forsberg. Tkachuk, 22 goals and 54 assists and 76 points, and you know what kind of feistiness and jam he brings to the game. Verhaeghe's also scored against this Predators team this season, 30 goals on the year, 36 assists for 66 points. So the top 3 point getters on the Florida Panthers have all scored goals against this Nashville Predators team in the only game that they played against each other this year. Barkov, 18 goals, 40 assists for 66 points, and always dangerous as world-class distribution service. Rodriguez, 10 goals, 26 assists for 36 points. Anticipated goaltending matchups is UC Saros in net, 30, 21 and 4, 908 save percentage, 2.78 goals against average, and 2 shutouts for the Nashville Predators. Sergei Bobrovsky in net for the Florida Panthers at 32, 14 and 2, a 9-1 6 save percentage, 2.35 goals against average. He has 4 shutouts on the season. One of the hottest teams in the Western Conference, the Nashville Predators, are looking to continue their point streak, and the Florida Panthers have been one of the hottest teams in the Eastern Conference in recent stretches of hockey. This is a big-time tilt taking place on a Thursday night down there in South Florida. Very much looking forward to this game. That's got you all set up for the Nashville Predators at the Florida Panthers. We've got to get to the Rebirth Sports full game recap. It's coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.